Good morning students. Today we are going to discussing about demerits of lockdown. Last class we were seen in the two stages of development of the black town and white town. Today we are starting from demerits of lockdown in the second stage. So judges of the High Court of Judicature and Chowdhury Court were not lawyers but lawmen. So the demerits of lockdown in the second stages, judges of High Court of Judicature are there. Then even Chowdhury Court where are not lawyers. Chowdhury Court members are not lawyers but they are lawmen. But even their contribution of lawmen, normally they are residing in the people are positioning in the black town areas. Okay. Next one is did not have elementary knowledge of English law and consequently used wisdom and common sense. So that black town people always dealing with their cases, they are used in their wisdom and basic our common sense they can use for the dealing cases. Okay. Next one is the governor and council, like their presidas, the agents and council used to refer the serious criminal cases to the commis authorities in England for advice which involved considerable delay. Okay, then the black town people, they have forwarded the severe criminal cases. So that's why that people taking the investigation time in the long time period. So that is the very demerits of the black town people, because that forwarded cases, criminal cases, taking too much of time for the investigation and they are getting the result. Okay, next one is they have lack of legal knowledge and not lack of judicial power. So the black town people lack of legal knowledge because they are residing in the local area, inhabitants of the local people. That's why they don't have any legal language and without any judicial power also. Okay. Next one is no separation between executive and judiciary. So in last two stages, those two stages are not have been separation of the executive and judiciary because both are together, so they won't have take decision in independently. Okay, next one is the Chowdhury Court was empowered to take cognizance of small matters only, thus it was conferred on any significant of the judicial power. So Chowdhury Court was empowered to take small cases only. There is no power of the taking severe or criminal cases. So that people are always forwarding to the cases of the England or governor court. Okay, next one is governor and council constituted both executive as well as High Court of Judicature. So governor and council and also mingling with the High Court of Judicature, both people are together and working in the executive and judicature. So this is the demerits of the black town people in the second stage. So what are the third stage of development for their legal constitutional changes in the period between 1683 and 1726? So first one is they are framing or developing the courts of admiralty. Two important courts were established, that is Court of Admiralty under the Charter of 1683 and 1686 issued by the British Crown, and Mayor's Court under the Charter of 1687 issued by EIC and not by British Crown. So this is the stage of three development. First they are beginning admiralty among the merchant, and their admiralty begins with together of the Mayor's Court and the admiralty. Okay, next one is gradually the committee realized that its monopoly of trade was being infringed by other foreign independent traders who were not authorized to trade within. Yes, definitely. The gradually Kami realized its monopoly. They become the merchant, or the Kamis become a monopolize. Monopolize means they are behave like independent traders or merchants. They don't dependent on the Indian people. So there are always depending on the Indians. But anyway, that time there is no another traders or another independent traders like foreign members. They don't allow within the authorized of the trade in India. So this is the third stage of the development among the courts of admiralty. Okay, next one is the empowered the Kami to establish court of admiralty in India. So the Kami peoples or trad people or chief members are only in the established court of the admiralty in India. Main purpose was try to all traders committing various crimes on the high seas. Okay, so the main purpose to commit or establishing the admiralty to dealing with their crime cases on the high seas. Okay, next one is the court was empowered to hear and determine all the cases concerning maritime and mercantile transaction, because that people or merchants or chief members are only involved in the third stage conditions in the Charter 1683. So that's why that admiralty cases dealing the maritime and mercantile transactions. Next one is the Charter of 1683. The Court of Admiralty was to consist of learned person in civil laws as a judge, and 2 merchants to assist the judge was appointed. So in the Charter 1683, the Court of Admiralty was consist of learned person. So they have a knowledgeable persons related to the civil laws as a judge. That learned persons becoming a judge, and 2 other merchants are to assist their judge members. So that the total 3 members are appointed in the Court of Admiralty. Okay, next one is it empowered the Kami to raise naval forces and appoint naval officers. Yes, they are based on their knowledge related to the civil and criminal laws. They are appointing the officers, though naval officers. So they have the knowledgeable persons. Under the charters of 1683 and 1686, the Court of Admiralty was established at Madras on 10/11/1686, and John Gray was appointed as a judge of this court, and 2 Englishmen were appointed as his assistants. So during this period, 10/7/1686, John Gray was appointed as a judge of this court. Okay, and 2 Englishmen were appointed to his assistants. Okay. So next, on 22/7/1687, Judge John Biggs, who was a professional lawyer, was appointed as a judge advocate, chief justice of the court. He was appointed chief justice of the court in 22/7/1687. So next one is the mayor and alderman constitute a court of record, which was known as mayor's court. So that period they are creating the evidence or creating the interpretation of the court. That persons were appointed. So the mayor and alderman constitute a court of record, which was known as mayor court, and mayor and alderman were to be justice. They are providing only to the justice. Okay, but the judges were not law experts. But anyway, they are providing the justice, but they are not law experts, and therefore a provisions was ordered to the Charter of 1687. There is no law persons, but anyway they are appointed as a judges for providing the law. That is provisions for the Charter of 1687. Okay. So therefore a provision was ordered to the Charter of 1687 for the appointment of expert in law and a recorder to assist the judges of the mayor court in deciding cases. Even law persons or experting persons also will be appointed in positions. That provisions also included in the Charter of 1687. Okay, next one is the Mayor's Court. The Charter of 1687 provided the creation of a Mayor's Court at Fort St. George in Madras. Okay, in the Charter of 1687 provided creation of a Mayor's Court. So the charter only provide the creation of the Mayor's Court at St. George Court in Madras. Okay, this court was a part of Corporation of Madras. So this is a one part of from their Madras and included their corporation. Okay, the commie preferred to issue a charter under this own authority. Yes, the merchants or traders are having the power of the issue charter under this own authority. They have a full authority of the charter. Okay, next one is one mayor and two aldermen formed the quorum of this mayor's court. So one mayor and two aldermen formed the quorum. They are making the administration setup and providing the justice and dealing with the cases. All those things will be included in the quorum of persons. Okay, it was a court of record for the town of Madras. So it was a court of record for the town of Madras. So it is the first court creation of the record in the Madras. Next one is Mayor Court exercised its jurisdiction in civil and criminal cases. So Mayor Court will dealing with the both cases. One is civil and criminal cases. So all the cases dealing in the Mayor Court persons, because they have a mayor and two aldermen. So okay, they are always dealing the civil and criminal cases. In civil cases where the value exceeded of 3 pagodas. So civil cases where value exceeded in 3 pagodas. If you are dealing with a civil case, that persons will be paid on 3 pagodas. Already we told in 1 pagoda equal to the 3 rupees. Even 50 pagoda also they are spent for the cases. But here in civil cases they want to 3 pagodas. In criminal cases where the accused was given death sentence, appeals from the decision of the mayor's court were allowed to go to the Admiralty Court at Madras. So criminal cases where the accused was given death sentences. Okay, so it is a proper evidence they are provided and they make evidence of the related cases. So appeals from the decisions of mayor court were allowed to go to the Admiralty Court at Madras. So first they are dealing with the criminal cases, then only got the permission from mayors. After only we are appealing to the cases to the Admiralty Court of Madras. Okay, then before the criminal cases will be dealing in mayor courts. So reason for establishment of this court was when the Madras government levied house tax, it was strongly opposed by the Hindus of Blacktown people. So because why they are establishing the mayor court, because that local habitant people are always opposing to the tax. So that's why they are establishing the court because of their collection of tax and regulation of the trade and merchants activities. Okay, so but anyway that people and the Hindu people are always those who are the Hindu people, those who are living in the fortified factory in front side, that people are always opposed to the tax. Okay, so that's why organizing the mayor's court. So next one is the corporation was established in 1688 consisting of one mayor, 12 aldermen and 60 or more burgesses are involved in the corporations. Okay, so the mayor and 3 senior aldermen were always pretty servants of the commune. So one mayor and 3 senior aldermen were always belong to the pretty servant or merchants people only, and the remaining 9 aldermen, because they have a 12 aldermen, that's why 3 persons among the 12 members, 3 persons are pretty servants and remaining 9 aldermen would be any nationality they are appointed. Okay, so mayor continue in office for 1 year. So mayor, as a mayor persons, they are continuing our positions or using their power and authority in a 1 year period, and alderman could be continue till their lifetime or resistance in Madras. So those who are in alderman, that persons are continue with their lifetime services for alderman, and still their residence in Madras, they will continue our service. Next one is vacancy of alderman was to be filled by the mayor from amongst Ferguses. Okay, so the vacancy of the alderman, if any vacancy arises from the mayor court, that was filled by the mayor from amongst the Ferguses. So mayor have a right of the appointing alderman, but that alderman amongst the Burgesses, because 60 members or more Burgesses, they have a mayor court. So among the 60 members, they have to selected alderman. Okay, so next one is the mayor would be removed by the alderman, and Burgesses and on alderman would be removed by the mayor. So the three positions of the persons, mayor, alderman and Burgesses, both members are three persons are interrelated each together, because they are appointing and removing the positions will be have a decisions. So the mayor could be removed by the alderman and Burgesses, and on alderman could be removed by the mayor. They have a right to the removed by the mayor, because they have a 1 year service, but alderman have a lifetime services. Okay, so the mayor, alderman and Burgesses, so three powerful persons are taking the all the rights. Okay, next one is the governor and council was given power to remove any mayor. Yes, right, definitely the governor and council was given power to remove any mayor. If any mayor is not fit to the positions, that person was automatically removed. That power will be given by the governor and council. So alderman and Burgesses to appoint anyone in place of vacancy. So remove any mayor, also the alderman and Burgesses to appoint anyone in place of vacancy. That place of vacancy fulfilled by any other alderman or Burgesses. Okay, not a outside persons. So next one is Judge on Briggs. The judge advocate of Admiralty Court was appointed as the first recorder of the Mayor's Court. So he was appointing first recorder of the Mayor's Court and judge and advocate of the Admiralty Court. So Admiralty Courts always dealing with the seas related cases, and seas persons or merchant persons committed civil crimes as well as the criminal crimes. That cases dealing with the Admiralty Court. Okay, next one is after 1712 it was made clear that the court award a death sentence in case of natives, but it could not award death sentence in case of Englishmen. So after only 1712 it was made clear court award death. They are because they are first record of the Mayor's Court, they are telling the clear court award death sentence in case of natives. If anybody giving the death sentence, that death sentence taking from their local people or case related people, but could not award death sentence in cases of the Englishmen. That death sentence won't provide by the Englishman. That is the rule of the Mayor's Court after 1712 charter. Okay, next one is defects of the Mayor's Court. So anyway, some advantages in the Mayor's Court, because they are dealing with the criminal cases and civil cases and ship related or merchant related cases are dealing through their Mayor's Court, and they are handling all the cases and they are appointing powerful positions, authority of the persons. All those things will be taken in the Mayor's Court. In the another side, they have Mayor's Court have some defect also. What are the defects? No separation between executive and judiciary. So here also, even already first two stages have no separation between the executive and judiciary, because all the powerful persons are dependently each other. Okay, so the governor and council could remove any mayor, alderman or burgesses and appoint anyone in the place of vacancy. So he is also appointed any persons of the vacant place. So judges of mayor court were laymen and not law experts. So the judges of the mayor court were laymen. Their persons are also local also there. Or layman means they are residing the man or inside the white town people or inhabitants of the black town people are involving in the judges of the mayor court. But particularly white town people are involving in the mayor court, but not their law experts. But anyway they haven't full knowledge of the Englishman law, but anyway they having the some kind of knowledge. They are dealing with the cases or handling the cases or investigation ability of the civil and criminal cases. So English laws, and they used to decide case according to their common sense. So because that persons are always dealing with the cases related to our experience oriented or everyday day-to-day life activities oriented, they are dealing the cases. Okay, next one is no uniform and consistency. Yes, definitely they are not maintained in the dealing of cases or handling the cases. There is no uniformity and consistency in their decisions, taking of the decisions in different ways for the different cases, and different investigation methods were adopted. Next one is judges of the mayor's court were not honest. Okay, and not honest and impartial, and they could be easily tempted. So if any mayors or judges are not honest, that persons impartial and they could be easily tempted. They are easily outside or dismissed of their positions. This is the defects of the mayor's court. So okay, these are the defects and another positive sides of the mayor's code. These are the development of the legal and constitutional stages in the step by step, and every stages they have attained the small level development of our constitutional history. Okay, so if you have any queries, students, you can